Depending on your excitement for the PlayStation 5 and Marvel's Spider-Man 2, you may or may not be disappointed with the rumored release date. To me personally, I honestly think it's the best choice. So with the PlayStation 5 reveal coming, many are suspecting that one of the big confirmed games is of course going to be Marvel's Spider-Man 2 by Insomniac. And if we just look at the sales of the first one, they would be absolutely insane not to make a sequel. Now there's been chatter that the release date for a sequel could be the launch of the PlayStation 5, which to me honestly seems like a very quick turnaround. But they do have a fully created New York already, a great engine, they don't have to start from the ground up, so a quicker turnaround time in under 3 years is something that is possible. We've seen this happen with other series that do such a thing. Now, at the same time, latest rumors and other people that are willing to talk about it are saying that the release is going to be holiday of 2021, meaning about a year after the release of the PlayStation 5. And if you think about it, if it was to release in September again, if they keep up that type of a, scenario, it'd be about 8 to 9 months after the initial sales are made pretty much worldwide, so everybody can get it, unless they have a, staggered release where, again, some territories could get the PlayStation 5 later. We don't know. So in that instance, I think a fall to holiday of 2021 kind of makes some sense. It lets you build a install base, and I think that's kind of an important factor here in case many people are wondering what I'm talking about. Let's say the initial console comes out, they're gonna sell through the entire first wave, and let's say if they can produce 2 million PlayStation 5s for the first month and a half to 2 months, that means only a part of that will buy this game. There's no way that the game is going to have an attach rate of 1-to-1. So, if 1 million people buy a PS5, there's no way 1 million people are buying this game. But a year after the release, when your install base gets to 10 to 15, there's probably a likely chance that there's a pretty substantial amount of people that will buy that game. Again, if we look at the sales of the first game, which I believe topped 15 million, there's 100 million PlayStation 4s out there. So the install base, for layman's terms, we'll just say is 15%. Again, if you sell 100 PlayStation 5s, you can reasonably assume that 15 people will buy the sequel. And also, you can wait for that initial rush, because we know that the hardcore PlayStation fans will buy the console in the first year. But what is it for the other people? That's the real big one, and we still don't know. Are they gonna make our version of the first game somehow, forward compatible where the load times are much faster? Or are they gonna re-release the game and add some new features and maybe hints towards what the sequel holds in the meantime? We really don't know their plans, so I think it's gonna be wait and see, but holiday of 2021 makes perfect sense to me, because by then, you're going to have 10 to 20 million consoles out there, and there's a likely chance that you can make a pretty good amount of sales that aren't there for the initial first release. But then again, the generations do tend to change, and we don't know how it's going to go this next gen. For all we know, Xbox could win, even though they haven't so far, but they might win one of these.